Dr. Michael Lim.
Good morning. Well, if I'm watching that on Friday, it's going to be one of the good replays from long, long ago, unfortunately.
When are they playing?
Saturday.
Oh, they're playing Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, good.
So my Friday viewing actually might be better than the Saturday viewing, the way this is looking.
All right, fair enough. All right, you want to ring the bell, be smart about your Thanksgiving eating habits.
Hey, this is Thanksgiving. It's a big holiday, a bunch of people traveling today, getting all preparations done, celebrating with family, and I think the message should be very positive. This is a time to celebrate, and in our society, we do celebrate with eating and drinking. The message isn't negative. It's positive, but the best way to do this is to think ahead. So there are certain people who are patients who are told, hey, you got to actually watch how much salt you take in because you might hold on to too much fluid. It might put you in a condition called congestive heart failure. Or there's some people who have really high blood pressure that are salt sensitive. Those folks got to actually look a little bit closer on, well, what am I putting on my plate?
Right.
Those are not a whole lot of folks with respect to the people that are listening to you and the people around St. Louis right now. The majority of the people in St. Louis, they don't have to necessarily watch those things as close and try to nitpick everything they eat. But the whole concept that we're just going to eat one huge meal on Thursday and just engorge ourselves, it's probably not the best thing to do in the world, right?
It sure is fun, though, Doc.
It sure is fun. Everybody wants to say, well, it's the tryptophans in the turkey because I eat turkey and then I get sleepy. But if you eat over 3,000 calories sitting there at dinner, there's not a whole lot of energy that can be devoted to do anything but digest that food. And so maybe eating a little bit less and kind of spread that around and have maybe one Thanksgiving dinner and then a couple other Thanksgiving snacks, a little pre-snack, and then maybe a little late snack.
Right. Well, you can also eat smart. I mean, you don't have to, put the 4 pounds of gravy on your turkey.
Absolutely.
You can have the turkey and you can have a little stuffing and plenty of vegetables and have a relatively healthy meal.
And that's the point, to just be smart about it. Total calories, you don't have to fill out the darn plate. You should at least know what color it is.
Right.
You shouldn't have forgotten what color the plate was by the time you're sitting at the dinner table with the family. And drink in moderation, too. A lot of alcohol is definitely something that's contributed to very serious accidents and other untoward events that turn a holiday celebration into a downer.
The other thing, too, is, it's always good to exercise on Thanksgiving. The day before, the day after, the day of. That actually helps get the body going, the blood flowing.
Yeah, so
feel better, you eat better.
We were just talking about the Kirkwood Webster Groves football game. They get out there and run around for 60 minutes with pads on.
Yeah.
Walking, if you live in Kirkwood or Webster Groves, walking to the game and then walking back.
Yeah.
That's a great thing to do before your holiday meal.
Were you the one who told me that when you're making the food, don't put the salt in, leave the salt on the table so that people can pick and choose, right? They're a little more resident towards salt or not, have each individual add the salt depending on their own situation?
Yeah, so I guess I would focus that a little bit. If you're preparing the meal, which is pretty stressful, so you have 20-some people coming over for Thanksgiving, and just give a little forethought ahead in terms of, do I have one of those people who potentially have salt issues coming over? And if you do, substitute that salt with something else.
Yeah.
There are non-sodium, salt-free seasonings you can use. The most famous of those name brands is Mrs. Dash. But we can also season our foods with a lot of different peppers.
Yeah.
And so we want to eat food that tastes good. Eating cardboard really is not, I think, ideal for Thanksgiving. So we want to eat something that tastes good, but we don't necessarily want to put our guests at risk when we feed them.
Dr. Michael Lim, cardiologist with SLU Care and SSM SLU Hospital. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanks for checking in.
Happy Thanksgiving.